Today, we're speaking about types of representation. While this might be the most boring part of the process, it is also the most critical to your success. There are 3 different types of representation. The first is a customer. This is a simple duty of care where your representative owes you nothing but honesty in answering your questions. The second is client. This is where we most often opt to represent our clients. This is the highest level of care you can possibly receive. It is also one in which your representative owes you fiduciary duties, such as following your lawful instruction, obedience, and confidentiality. Confidentiality being the most critical one. As a customer, you are not owed any sort of confidentiality. The third type of representation is multiple representation, and this can happen most commonly in 2 different ways. So the first way would be if one representative represents both a buyer client and a seller client in one transaction. In this instance, your representative will become more of a mediator. Both parties will receive the same information, both parties will have access to the negotiation. Your representative will not be allowed to disclose any critical, prudent points that have come up during your process of working together. The second type of multiple representation is if one brokerage, such as Bosley Real Estate, has 2 different representatives negotiating on behalf of one buyer client and one seller client. In this instance, all of the same rules apply to any negotiation. However, there are things that in any multiple representation situation, our representatives are not allowed to discuss. One is the price a buyer is prepared to pay or the seller is prepared to accept. 2 is any conditions of any other offer, and 3 is the motivation of any party. This is to protect all parties' best interests and to ensure that everybody is properly represented at the negotiation table. Don't forget to call Bosley if you have any further questions about the types of representation and which one you would prefer to work under.